Welcome back to my road to completion guide for Uncharted Drake's Fortune Remastered. We're now in episode 13. This is a very challenging combat sequence. The enemies are going to be attacking you from both sides of this combat area after you reach certain checkpoints. I'm going to show you guys how to get through this very safe, okay? Wait for enemy number 1 to walk over here, and then you want to just blind fire kill him with the pistol. After you guys kill enemy number 1, I want you to position yourself on the left side of this piece of cover and wait. Do not move. Wait to see what enemy number 2 does. Notice, he's pushing me on the left-hand side. I'm going to get my blind fire kill. Enemy number 3 is going to push me on the right. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes they will both push you on the left. Sometimes they'll both push you on the right. But you should be able to kill both of those enemies using your blind fire. Now, if for whatever reason enemy number 2 and 3 decide not to be aggressive with you, load your game. You want to make sure that you can kill the first 3 enemies with blind fire, because that's going to keep you guys safe. You don't want to have to use a grenade either, okay? And having that ammo behind us is going to come in handy a little bit later on. Now, when it comes to enemy number 4, I want you guys to post up here, toss a grenade at the corner of the rock wall. That'll be enough to kill him. Do your shoulder swap trick here. Kill this enemy, and then enemy number 6 you can kill the exact same way. Now, after you kill enemy number 6, if you continue to advance further into this combat sequence, you're going to spawn in 3 more enemies. That's exactly why I wanted you guys to blind fire kill the first 3 enemies, to make sure that they brought you their ammo to this side of the combat area, so you guys could grab the MOS 12, which I definitely want you to pick up, grab all the ammo that you can, and then go to the rock wall and grab the grenade. As soon as you guys pick up the grenade and the ammo behind the rock wall, that's when the enemies are going to spawn in. Come back to this position, use your shoulder swap to make sure you guys can get angles on these 2 enemies. Now, before I told you guys you were going to spawn in 3 enemies, but clearly you only see 2, and that's because the 3rd enemy is hidden. The 3rd enemy will pop out as soon as you advance over this rock wall and head toward the 2 columns to my right. It's a shotgunner, so just make sure that you guys are trying to stay behind cover, because obviously the shotgunners are really deadly. But he can't continuously shoot the shotgun. He's going to fire off a bullet, and then he's going to wait a few seconds before he can fire off the next one. So time your shots. Wait for him to fire, then peek out of cover and get that kill. Now, after you guys kill the shotgunner, I want you to run around and collect as much 9mm ammo as you can, as well as shotgun ammo. And before you climb this rope, and I'm going to show you this here in a second, if you climb this rope and you go to the broken section of the plane, you're going to advance the story. Then, of course, when you come out of that, you're going to have another combat sequence. There's a free grenade you guys can pick up, though. You can actually pick it up twice. I'm showing you here that if you climb, you advance the campaign, right? What you want to do is head back over here to this crate and grab this grenade. Okay, that's going to give you guys a free grenade, and then when you come back down from the broken section of the plane and you enter that next combat sequence, the grenade will spawn back in. So that's going to give you guys that free grenade. Okay, so go around, collect all that ammo, grab the grenade, and then climb this rope. So after the cutscene, you guys officially enter the next combat sequence, okay? You'll see the enemy spawning in at the back of the map. Don't worry about them. Run back to the crate and grab that extra grenade I was telling you guys about. And then I want you guys to take cover in between the crates and the tree. This is an extremely safe spot for not just this combat wave, but for the next combat wave as well. About the only time you're going to get killed here is if the enemy attacks you from the left. You can't really see it now, but there's a flaming part of the plane there. You see it behind me? If they flank you from that side, it's very easy for them to kill you, although you can still kill them with blind fire or throw a grenade at them, right? And it's you're able to get out of it, but that's about the only time you're gonna die here, is if they get just some weird angle. But in most cases, they stay in front of the 2 crates. You guys are able to get blind fire kills when they're aggressive, when they rush the crates. And then, of course, anybody off in the distance like that, you can kill them with grenades. Now, the enemy that I just killed with the grenade, the enemy that was behind the rock wall, you guys want to kill him as quick as possible because he can toss grenades at you. But I will show you how to dodge grenades here as well. It is possible to dodge these grenades behind these 2 crates. Notice, the enemy threw the grenade and I was pushed over to the right crate. Behind that right crate, that's where he tossed the grenade. They will always toss the grenade where you are. So you want to position yourself behind one of the crates. And then you don't want to move until they toss a grenade. If you're behind the left crate, they're going to toss the grenade to your left. When they do, move behind the right crate. When you do, even though you may take a little bit of damage, you're gonna survive. Now, after you guys kill enough enemies, feel free to come out of cover, be a little bit more aggressive. There should only be 1 or 2 more enemies left on the map. You can use the obstacle that's in front of me here to get some good angles on them, or just stay behind the crates. Remember, if it's a 2v1 situation, it's still possible to come out of cover and get your kills. You just have to wait for one of those enemies to reload so you guys can get the advantage. After you kill them both, come out of cover, grab all the ammo that you can, and then duck back behind the crates and set up for the next wave. All you have to do to get through this next wave, guys, is exactly what you just did, okay? Stay behind the crates. If a grenade gets tossed, move to the other crate. You'll be safe. And then just get your blind fire kills. Once you guys are done, we'll progress to the next area. After you guys kill the last enemy, you'll hear the music die down and you guys will know that it's safe to run out, get yourself some more ammo. Then we're going to pick up a treasure once we exit this area. This treasure is called the Golden Toothpick. It's going to be treasure number 16 of 61. We do have to worry about one enemy though. It's actually a trap. I'll show it to you here in a second once we leave the area. And I would highly encourage you guys to focus on the enemy before you pick up the treasure, because he can shoot you in the back and he does have a shotgun, so it can be a little bit deadly. So again, just run around, collect all the ammo that you can, and then we'll leave this area. Now it's also important to notice here that I don't have the MOS 12 anymore. I've switched that out for the AK-47. We're going to be farming for that trophy once we reach episode 14. So make sure that you guys have that as well. Notice that I was able to shoot the trap and kill that enemy. That's the shotgunner that I was telling you guys about. Make sure you guys do that, or you can just kill him with your bullets. Either way, make sure that you grab the Golden Toothpick though. Remember, that's going to be treasure 16 of 61. And now we have a little platforming section before we reach the next treasure and the next combat area. The next treasure is called the Silver Bird Vessel. It's going to be treasure 17 of 61.
Oh, jeez.
After you guys pick up this treasure, I want you to run back to the previous platforming section. Stay as close to the edge of that cliff as you can. We don't want the enemies to know that we're on the map yet. And then go ahead and try to kill at least one of these enemies with a headshot if possible. That way you guys can get that free kill. If you can't get a headshot, that's fine. They'll all attack you here, okay? And notice that we have a little wall in front of us that's about chest high. It is possible to press O and get covered behind this wall. What you want to do is stand up, use your shoulder swap, put it over your left hand shoulder, and get the angles on these enemies as they run towards you. If things get crazy, you guys start taking some shots or whatever, then get behind this piece of cover like I'm doing here. Wait for the enemies to reload. You guys have heard me talk about that before. Get that advantage play and then get that kill.
Show me your head.
Now after you guys clear those enemies out, I want you to advance very slowly. Notice that I have my reticle in between the two trees down there off in the distance. See the enemy with the red shirt? Kill this enemy quick. If you stand exactly where I'm standing now, a lot of the times if he fires his M79 grenade launcher at you, which is a one-hit kill, it will hit the wall to your left. But if he is hitting you guys and killing you, you just want to be a little bit further back, okay? Decrease that angle and he won't be able to kill you. But if you can kill him quick enough, he'll never even get a shot off. Now you guys want to advance real slowly here as well because there's going to be one more enemy that you have to worry about. Notice that I'm using the camera to kind of look around the environment without exposing my body. That's something you guys can do as well. There's the enemy. We're just going to kill him. I'm also going to show you that there are some traps in this area. You can shoot them if you don't want to have to worry about them, but you shouldn't have to move once you reach this piece of cover. So now we have some more enemies to kill. Notice what happens here. Third enemy ends up being a shotgunner. Switch to the AK-47. Why? Remember, a lot of times these enemies will crowd around the shotgunner and they'll all push you at once. You don't want to be stuck with just a 9mm because it's going to be hard to kill two enemies before you run out of ammo. Obviously, when you run out of ammo, you get stuck in that reload animation. You guys are going to be exposed. It's going to be very easy for you to die. So make sure you switch to the AK-47 when you hear that shotgunner on the map. So after you guys clear out all of those enemies, head up to the top of this platform and grab the M79 off the enemy that we killed earlier. Remember the enemy with the red shirt? If for whatever reason you cannot find the M79, go ahead and load your game. The M79 should be at the top of the platform then. Now at this point, I want you guys to farm for a trophy called 30 kills M79. We have to kill 30 enemies with this grenade launcher, but I want you to notice the next shot that I fire, I killed 3 enemies at one time. So I think you guys can see exactly where I'm going with this, okay? Remember back in episode 11, we farmed for 2 trophies, Triple Dynamite and Dynamite Master. And I told you guys, hey, if you have a problem getting that trophy here because these enemies aren't always lining up for you, this is now the part of the guide where you guys want to catch up. So by the time you guys leave this combat area, you should have every trophy in the game with the exception of the Moss 12 trophy. Some of you guys still might be waiting to pick that up once we reach the end of our crushing playthrough, but all the other trophies should be unlocked. So at this point, you're going to be out of M79 rounds, but notice what I'm doing, guys, posting up behind this piece of cover. If anybody rushes me, if anybody wants to be aggressive, I'm going to get those blind fire kills. If they're not aggressive, I'm going to use my shoulder swap trick. If they throw a grenade, I'm going to come out of cover and run to the other side of this area like I did a few seconds ago to avoid that grenade, okay? So that's going to be your 3 options when it comes to finishing out the wave of enemies. So you guys are going to know that it's safe to come out of cover once you hear that music die down. We have one more treasure that we need to collect, and then we have some platforming that we need to do. Then we'll be heading into episode 14. It's very important that you guys leave this combat area with an AK-47. We talked about this earlier. That will be a trophy that we're going to be farming for once we reach episode 14. The next treasure is called the Silver Inca Earring. It's going to be treasure 18 of 61. That's coming up here in a second. I'm just showing you here that you can shoot these traps if you're concerned about one of them hitting you, because it will be a one-hit kill. And then you can just kind of run through freely, okay? Now, even though I've already shot all the traps, I'm just showing you how you would run through here if you decide not to shoot. See what I'm saying? You just want to make sure that you don't die here. And then if you go up here to the left, you will see that we get that treasure. And I was just showing you there when I was switching back and forth between my guns that I had the 9mm fully stocked with ammo, and then of course that AK-47 that we talked about. There's the treasure. There's going to be a platforming section coming up. I'm going to let you guys enjoy that gameplay, and I will see you guys right back here in episode 14. You guys be good.
You have to be kidding. Eyes ahead, don't look down. Oh, God. Whoa! Whoa! Thank God. Oh, you can't be serious. Whoa! No. Have to bust through that window. All right, it'll hold me.